Hey y'all, welcome back to Poplar Creek Farm. I'm down in my apiary today. We are going to do a hive inspection. I may harvest some honey if there is honey to harvest. I don't know if there will be. I assume there will be, but I could be wrong. I haven't been down here in a bit, probably about a week and a half. And I need to mow and weed whack. You can barely see the top of the hives. I have 2 deeps. Now there are still empty hive bodies down here. These ones, I need to clean them up. I'm going to get them put away probably the next week or two, just out of here, so that I know what hives I have and like can more, easily visualize. I have 6 hives from the 14 that I had last year. I've talked about it a bunch. We lost 12 hives over between September and really January. And so we're down to 6. We had 2 that overwintered. We purchased 2 nukes from Better Bee, and then we've caught 2 swarms. So we're just doing a hive inspection, checking on everything, seeing how everybody's doing. I came down here without my suit on initially with the mower, which the noise of the mower a lot of times will get them irritated. And I quickly had bees in my hair, so I had to get my suit on really fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mow and weed whack after, because if I do it first, I'm going to have some really angry bees to check on. Also, the reason I haven't checked them super recently is because it has been either raining or extremely hot and humid. It's still hot and humid, but it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'm trying to get out here early before it gets too bad. I'm sweating already though. So first I'm going to check the swarm that I caught in a swarm trap on my property. They were doing excellent. The only thing is this one had queen cells in it last time, and I didn't see any eggs, so I don't know if something happened to the queen or if they killed her off or what. But I'm hoping to see, there should be eggs at this point. If there are the queen. I'm gonna pop out the side frames first. Move everybody over. I believe the queen cells were on this black frame. All right, there's lots of eggs, larvae, young. No cat brood on this one, but that might be down below. But there is definitely a queen in here because there is day-old eggs right in here. And lots and lots of young larvae. So I am extremely happy, and I am just gonna close them up and leave them be, because that's all I really wanted to see. These guys, I'm not expecting any kind of honey production this year. I am just expecting them to build up for winter and make it through winter. That is really my only goal with my swarms. Honestly, that's my goal with most of my hives this year, is just to get them to be strong before winter. Now let's check the other swarm, which this one is a lot smaller. This was one that was caught as just a swarm in a tree. It wasn't in a box. It didn't have anything with it. They were pretty weak initially. They were a smaller swarm, but they were doing, holy moly. Spoke too soon. They're doing amazing, holy moly. All right, so they have a little more room in here, so I'm not going to pull out a side frame. I'm just going to go ahead and move these over a little bit and check one of these middle frames and see, make sure they've got eggs and all the things. Oh yeah, wow. Wow. Holy brood. Holy brood. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because they have a feeder in here and they don't need that anymore, I'm actually probably gonna get them super soon here, because they're about jam-packed. But I'm gonna give them, they can get 2 frames in here. If I can fit 2, we'll see if I can actually fit them, because they only have 8 in here right now. One of the reasons having these dead out frames down here wasn't actually a big deal, because it's given me the ability to grab frames a little quicker. Okay, so they are all set. I am going to, if I harvest honey from these other hives, I'm gonna, when I bring back down those frames, I'm gonna grab a super, a queen excluder and a super from these. This is insane. I did not expect that from this hive. Not one bit. Next, we're gonna check one of my overwintered hives that does have, they have 2 supers on them right now. They were kicking butt. They were doing really well. last time I checked them. So let's see. You girls seem hard at work. Good ladies. So when I do a hive inspection, I always want to first, when I'm doing super checks, I'm always just checking to see, are they capping any honey? Are they putting nectar away? Top super, I don't expect a whole lot. Well, they're starting to fill it. They're starting to put nectar in, which is good. But what I'm really looking for, the big thing, is I'm always wanting to go down into the actual hive body and just make sure that I still have a laying queen, because sometimes they'll build up and then the queen dies, and then they'll still put honey away because they're just, that's their focus is, you know, get some honey put away, and they don't realize that, hey, we're queenless. I've had it happen, so I always want to check when I'm doing a full hive inspection, which is what I'm doing today. So they're putting honey away slowly but surely, which is fine. Nothing crazy, they're not capping yet, but that is totally fine. Oh yeah, beautiful. No concerns. Now on to another overwintered hive, one that has been weaker this whole time. They look pretty good though. Yeah, I'm gonna give them some smoke actually. So yeah, they have brood. They're just slow, which is, you know, it's fine as long as they get strong enough before winter. That's really, again, all I care about this year. I'm not worried about them being a honey producer for me, because they can then produce next year. On to my big bad hives, I call them. These are my two nukes from Better Bee. They both have 3 supers on them, and I've harvested honey off of one of them already, and they were nukes. This is the one that I've harvested off of, and if I'm gonna harvest honey, I'll probably be off of this one today. They're just insane. Like, you can't, I mean, just crazy. I've never had such vigorous bees so quick. Oh, fabulous. Oh, I see. This is their top super, and I see, looks like maybe some capped honey in it. I don't think it's fully capped, but yeah, they're starting to cap honey in this one. That's crazy. That's heavy. So that'll be capped in the next couple weeks. The humidity makes it harder for them to cap. So it's not surprising that it's not capped right now. Even if it's full, they're not going to cap it until it's at the right moisture content. And yeah, that's heavy. Wow. Yep, that's a full 60 pounds on me. Wow. Wow, and they're filling these Ross rounds. Wow. Some of them are capped. Oh, that's so exciting. This won't be harvested until they're fully capped, all of them, but that is very exciting. That's okay. Wow. Just wow. I think I'm going to be able to harvest some honey off of these just gonna push the side one over because this one definitely I can't. You know, but these, at least these few, I think I can. So I'm gonna grab my. I put them all in a tote, just to make sure the bees stay off them. So what I do is I take this super is gonna end up going on top. I'm gonna put the top super here. I take out these frames that I'm gonna harvest off of. I will harvest them today, and either tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, the frames will go right back in. Either maybe even tonight if I have time. That allows the best kind of best amount of honey production possible. So this frame is not fully capped on this side. Obviously, it's actually not a lot. So I'm gonna leave this one so they can cap it. Because the humidity's been so high, I don't really want to harvest honey that's not capped. But this one is beautiful. Beautiful. That one didn't pass the shake test. So that one had some honey, some nectar come off of it. You see? So we're not going to harvest that one because that one's still too moist. Oh, my gloves are all slippery. Alright, so I'm seeing that a lot of them actually aren't capped, so I'm not going to harvest today. I'm going to go ahead and leave these for another couple days, let them cap everything. Instead of harvesting like 1 or 2 frames worth, which is silly, for the amount of time and effort of cleaning that has to go into it. But I'm going to leave these guys, and then in another week I'm going to come and I'm going to harvest a bunch of honey at that point. Last hive to inspect is another nuke from Better Bee. I haven't harvested off of this one yet. It hadn't been ready for it. Last I checked this one, they weren't even actually really putting into the supers yet, but they had filled up their bottom. And yes, I didn't check the deeps of that other nuke that I just went into, but they are killing it. I have no concerns. They wouldn't have that many bees if they didn't have a queen. Alright, so I don't see any honey up top, which I didn't expect to. We're starting to put a little in the Ross round, which is awesome. Ooh, so much propolis. They're starting to put in here though. Just check one of these frames just to take a peek and see what they're at with it. So they're filling it with nectar. You can see the shininess of it, but it's not obviously not capped at all yet. Again, probably because of high humidity, so that's fine. We will leave them be. But we're gonna go ahead and just pop into the deep of this one just to make sure there's eggs. These girls have been busy packing away for winter, that's for sure. I already see brood here in the middle. Oh, on this frame right here, it's all full cat brood. This one's got there we go, day-old eggs. We are good. This frame is in between 2 frames of cat brood, which is really funny. Not much just have emerged recently. All right, y'all, that is all of my hive inspections. I'm going to go ahead and weed whack and mow now. You can see sweat on here. I am dripping sweat. It is very hot, so I'm gonna get this done really quick. I'll weed whack right around the rows and then around the hives, and then mow the rest of this really quick, get the fence down for that, and then put it back up. Because we do have bears in this area. We've seen them. We've seen scat right around the apiary, and we've seen people, you know, people on our road have seen them pretty close to us. So we definitely have to keep the fence up and be safe. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Remember, we're growing today for a better tomorrow. Please like and subscribe and join me on the next one.